Hi everybody, welcome back. Now Thanksgiving is just around the corner and most of us know that we're going to be serving turkey on Thanksgiving. But it's the side dishes where we go back and forth. Should I serve this? Should I serve that? Now your family will usually tell you what they love and they'll ask you for it every year. Now my family loves this dish that I'm going to prepare for you today. I'm going to be making maple bourbon glazed Brussels sprouts. Now I've got 2 pounds of Brussels sprouts right here and they're nice and clean and they're trimmed and ready to go. But I left 2 of them right here so I can show you how I did it. And you want to get them when they're nice and tight and hard because those are really fresh. You want to remove the stem. So I usually just cut it like this. See, take that stem off and some of the loose leaves will just fall off on their own. See, set those aside and here it is. And here's another one. You want to remove that stem and take off the leaves that are already loose. Now if they're small like this one, I leave them alone and I serve them like that. But if they're a little bigger or bigger than this, I cut them in half. And if they're still bigger, I could cut them into thirds, just like this, see? Now I've got them in this bowl because I'm gonna prepare them for the oven. I'm gonna add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of olive oil in here. And that's 3. I'm gonna add half a teaspoon of black pepper. This is kosher salt, so I'm gonna add some salt in here. You can add as much as you want. Now I'm gonna toss them really good. Now my oven is preheated to 400 degrees. It's ready for the Brussels sprouts. You wanna make sure that you toss them really well because you want all the Brussels sprouts to be coated. So these are well coated with olive oil, pepper, and salt. Now I'm gonna spread them on this oven sheet right here. That's good. Now my oven is preheated to 400 degrees and I'm going to put them right on the center rack, anywhere between 20 and 25 minutes. Now I will give them one toss at the halfway point. So now that my Brussels sprouts are in the oven, I'm going to cut up my bacon into 1/2-inch pieces. I've got 5 slices of thick cut bacon. You don't want big clunky pieces of bacon. Now I usually just cut the slices in half and then I cut them into 1/2-inch pieces. Now the bacon is going to add a delicious flavor to this dish. We're starting out with bacon, so we're doing good. Now I've got my heat set on medium high. I'm going to add my bacon into this stainless steel skillet and I'm going to fry it up nice and golden. Now while my bacon is frying, I'm going to soak my cranberries. I'm going to be using dried cranberries. These right here, see, the craisins. Dried cranberries, 50% less sugar. I've got 1/4 of a cup right here, right out of the bag, and I'm going to add some really hot water in here because you want them nice and plump and they'll get sweeter and they'll look real pretty in your dish when they're well hydrated. Now I'm just going to set them aside and let them soak right there while I finish frying my bacon. So my bacon is ready, nice and golden. I'm going to remove the skillet off the heat and I'm going to get the bacon out and I'm going to put it right here on this plate with paper towels. Now I already removed all the excess bacon grease from this skillet. You don't want to leave it in here. This smells delicious. And that's good. Now I'm just going to set this to the side. Now I'm ready to add my bourbon. I've got 2 ounces of bourbon right here. I'm going to put them right in here. You want to make sure that the skillet is off the heat. And I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of balsamic vinegar. Now you can use your favorite bourbon. It doesn't have to be an expensive bourbon. Maybe just one that you like. Whichever bourbon you drink, that's the one you can use. I'm going to put my skillet right back on the flame and I'm going to move it around gently like this to scrape all the bits from the bottom until it's nice and smooth and it comes up to a light boil. So this has just started to boil nicely. I'm going to add 1/2 cup of brown sugar. And I'm gonna add 1/3 cup of maple syrup. You can use your favorite maple syrup. That's good. And I'm gonna stir it around until it gets nice and thick, but you don't want it to come up to a boil. I'm gonna add 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder. Perfect balance. And 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. And I'll just stir it until it's nice and thick and real smooth. So my time is up. The Brussels sprouts are perfect. I'm gonna turn off the heat and I'm gonna add my Brussels sprouts right into the skillet. And I'm gonna add my bacon and the craisins. I already drained them. Now I'm just gonna toss them together. Look at this. So I've tossed them really well. Now I'm going to put them in my serving dish. Ooh, these look delicious. You want every bit. Now it's time for the taste test. Beautiful. Now I'm going to cover them up because you know our pesky friends, they're not nice. Oh my goodness. The combination of the bacon with the Brussels sprouts and the dried cranberries, maple syrup, all of that together makes it a winner. It's so perfectly balanced. Not only is it delicious, but it's a pretty dish. So these are my maple bourbon glazed Brussels sprouts. If you like my recipe, give me a thumbs up, send me a comment and tell me what you think. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. Thank you.